Hello Wild World, Katie Armstrong here, founder of the Om Collection and my more recent project, Inspired Living. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about ritual and ceremony and how you can bring more meaning into your life. And I want to encourage you to pick something that you're being drawn to do. Maybe it's release something or call something in or find some clarity, whatever it is, and to build a ceremony around it so that it has just a little bit more support from the universe, from your own heart, and from whatever it is that you envision is going to help you make sure that's what happens in your life. So I'm sitting here 7.5 months pregnant, and I recently did a ceremony to bless my little baby girl before she shows up. And it was such a special experience, and it reminded me of this potency that's available to us around any topic, in our grasp, no matter when or where or what is going on in your life. And I wanted to give you a couple tools to do the same for yourself in case this is something completely new and foreign to you. Because the truth is, we can set goals, we can have desires, but they can just kind of be whispering to us. And until we really bring them into our heart and commit to them and embody them, it's less likely that they're actually going to be built, created, manifested, whatever word feels true for you. It's simple to build a ceremony. It's as simple as figuring out, well, what is it that you're being called to experience, have, be, do, etc. And then what is that going to feel like if it's accomplished? And what is it that you could do to sort of get a taste of it? To say it out into the world, to feel it being brought into you from the energetics of the planet. And then go out and actually do the ceremony. So obviously I just set up like 3 very specific stages or questions you can ask yourself to build this. Like, what is it that you want? We're going to talk about some options. Again, what is it going to feel like? And maybe that's an opportunity for you to just take a minute and feel that. And then we're going to set up the actual details of the ceremony itself. All right, so let's think for a second, again, if this is new to you, what is it that you might want to do a ceremony around? Well, I spoke to the fact that I'm in the middle of a major life transition. I'm about to bring a baby into this world. Beautiful opportunity, life transitions are, to build a ceremony around them. We do this in society already: weddings, funerals, birthdays, big life transitions, right? But we might have things that are even more powerful to us than our own birthday, that are inviting something different than a party. Other things you might want to put a ceremony around: releasing. Maybe it's releasing a job, or releasing a partner, or releasing a feeling, a heartache, an injury, an illness, letting something go. Maybe it's calling something in. Maybe you have a vision for a new career, or you want love in your life, or you want to find a home or create a nonprofit, or whatever it is. You're calling something in. Maybe you want to heal something physical, tangible in your body, something on your emotional level, like a broken heart. Healing for yourself, doing a ceremony to help heal other, or even considering a blessing or ceremony for the healing of the earth, society, etc. Something else you might want to do ceremony around is clarity. So let's say you know that something's needed, like a change in your life is just like right there, but you don't actually know what it is. So it's not like you want to create a ceremony around creating a thing. Maybe the ceremony itself is around clarity around what that thing is. You can also do ceremony around a specific person, place, or thing. So for example, person, it could either be like a relationship that is very meaningful to you and you're just doing a ceremony around gratitude, or a person and a relationship that needs to change, or again, something you're letting go. It can be around blessing a new space, whether you're calling in a space to, let's say, build a retreat center, or you know you're moving somewhere and you want to do a ceremony to cleanse the space you're leaving or cleanse the space you're going to, or a thing. Basically it was a life transition, but I was doing a ceremony around a thing, the birth of my baby, the welcoming of a life into my family, and this just all of the things we don't even know. I was blessing and creating ceremony around. The details can matter. So let's say you've decided your thing, and let's say you've even connected to what that feels like. Some examples of feeling, in case that doesn't feel totally clear, are if I release that thing, I'm going to feel lighter. Or if I have blessed that thing, I'm going to feel like my heart is open and I'm going to feel safe and secure and excited for what's next. Or if I'm calling in something for the future, I'm going to feel inspired and empowered and alive and just ready to charge. Or if I'm doing a ceremony to gain clarity about this fear that I'm feeling so that I can see it for what it really is, once I do, I am going to feel relief and fill in the blank. Maybe it's inspiration or healed or cleansed. So I know what the thing is. I know how I'm going to feel. What do I then want to create? Some might consider this almost like theatrical, right? Like, what is the experience? Where am I? Who, if anyone, is there? What do I have with me? What am I doing? How long does it last? What time of day is it? When is it? Like, all of these details might matter. And I'm only saying might because you could do a ceremony in your bedroom. In fact, I hope for you that you have experienced lovemaking that feels like a ritual or ceremony. You can do a ceremony with absolutely nothing but yourself. But if you're in a position to make it a little bit more, I almost want to say vivacious, right? That might help you invoke more feeling, allow you to embody the sensations of the experience with more depth, and therefore carry it into your future and use it as a talisman or a guide to keep going if it is something that you're going to want to connect to time and time again, like continuing to release a thing or continuing to call in a thing. My take is this is why weddings are often big events with beautiful flowers, and many people in the process of building a wedding think about the details. Is it a flower from where they're from? Are they wearing a dress that was their mother's? Is there a certain song, prayer, or speech of some kind that speaks to something from their past or something for their future or something that opens their heart, right? Very similar. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to require lots of effort. But I want to share with you some of the details of the ceremony I recently did just to give you a flavor. I have these beautiful sage bundles from my wedding. My husband and I collected sage in a field near where we were married on the full moon a few days after we were married, and I wrapped them with the flowers from my bouquet. And we have 13 of them, and our plan is to burn them during very special occasions, of which I consider obviously the birth of our first child a very apropos time to burn this bundle of sage. And so my ceremony was very much around the burning of this sage and allowing the sage to carry our prayers, our well wishes, out into the universe. So first we used it as a cleansing device. Sage is very cleansing. We cleanse each other. And then we used it as a way to send blessings out into the world. And a few of the other details at our ceremony is I have a blanket that I bring with me to all ceremonies. So we had that laid out. So we were sitting on this beautiful blanket. And I brought one of my favorite crystals. It's a stone that I have with me, especially whenever I'm leading ceremony. Beautiful crystal. Just heightens. For me, it makes me feel centered and powerful, and it's so full of other prayers that I feel like I have all the prayers in my entire lifetime with me when I have this crystal with me. And when I thought about where I wanted to do this, I knew it had to be nature. And I seem to always feel most open and connected to the universe when I'm up high. So we went up to a cliff, like a rock face, found a place all by ourselves, laid out this blanket, meditated. I did an invocation where I invoked the 4 directions. We cleansed each other, we burned the sage, and we blessed the coming of our baby and the welcoming them into our life. And I did a special prayer for the labor itself. That is what I wanted, and that feels like it planted a seed, and I feel ready now. So just to give you another little flavor before I sort of send you off into the world of 2 more ceremonies, one that is yet to come that some of my girlfriends are hoping to do for me, and one that I did the summer before I met my husband. So my girlfriends want to bless my labor, and they want me to feel safe and secure. And unfortunately, we can't all meet together because we're all currently in isolation during COVID-19's quarantine. But they want to do a roundtable where they share their birthing experience. They speak to my personal strengths. They let me know what I mean to them. They speak to their hopes and dreams for my baby and my time as a mother. And they all will wear a golden string around their wrist and wear it until the labor is complete and she is here safely, so that I feel safe and secure, supported, and I remember my tribe. Simple, powerful, and has very practical implications. You know, if I'm in labor and I'm in a place of fear, I can remember who is there for me and who I can call on. The ceremony I did this summer before I met my husband was more journal focused. It didn't require a lot of stuff, but it was all about a journey. So a friend of mine, a woman who does ceremony quite a lot, and I went on about a 4-hour hike, and we hiked again to a very high place. As I mentioned, this is something in my world that always helps me invoke the spirit realm. And we did a journaling exercise independently. So once we hit the top of this cliff, we spread out, and all we had with us was paper and a pen. And this is an interesting journal ceremonial prompt that I invite you to try, especially if you don't know what you want to do for ceremony. It's 3 parts. You confess, you set an intention, and you ask for something for the universe. The confession is speaking to the places where you haven't been showing up all the way. The intention is speaking the details to what it would look like to show up differently. And if you commit to that promise to the universe, what you would like to receive back. My prayer was around love, and it was around business, and it was about adulting. I don't know how else to put it, but I was very much looking for my life partner, very ready to start a family. And I spoke to all the relationships in the past where I had not shown up in the way that I want to. Perhaps I knew the relationship wasn't right and continued forward anyway. I maybe let myself be treated the way I shouldn't, or I let a relationship hold me back in business, or things like that. And then the intention was around what it would physically look like and feel like to show up in a different way. What were the details? You know, for me, things like up-leveling organization and not allowing any form of lust or loneliness to cause me to start a relationship that wasn't clearly on the path to forever. Details like that. But in response, what I wanted from the world was to find my partner and to find them soon and to start a family. Well, guess what all has been happening since that ceremony? So I hope that this just tantalized you just enough to consider for yourself, what is it that you want to call in or let go of, or what is it that just feels like something that would be worthy of building a ceremony around? What would it feel like to be in the space of that thing? And how can you build a ceremony around helping bring magic and meaning to that thing so that it sticks with you and it has a greater chance of actually being birthed into this world. Again, my name is Katie Armstrong. This is a gift for my project called Inspired Living, and if this is something that you'd like more information around, I hope you check out that business, or perhaps share this video with someone you think would find it useful. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope your ceremony brings you so much magic and meaning.